Hello and welcome to CFB UK, home of the UK's biggest college football fan page. For the fans, by the fans. We're back with another episode. Now, it may look a little bit dark, a little different change of surroundings this time, because we're doing this one a lot later than usual with the time difference. But we're here, Nathan and I, and yeah, we're looking forward to this one. So we're kicking off another segment of 4 from 4,000. Again, if you've not been here before, why 4,000? Because we're about 4,000 miles away from mainland USA. And we're bringing you exclusive interviews from NCAA Division One players stateside back to the UK. Today's guest, well, we're really extremely fortunately able to introduce you to our guest today. He's a dominant offensive tackle who hails from the Windy City, Chicago, Illinois. Via a pit stop in Albany, New York, he's one of the newest members of the Central Michigan Chippewas. So please welcome, as we admit him now, from Mount Pleasant, Michigan, Aarion Harvey. Hey, here he is, man. How you doing, bro?
I'm good. How about y'all?
Look at that. I love that. Central Michigan top representing straight away.
Yeah.
How you doing? Just sorting it out. Right, we're all ready. Cool. Oh,
Yeah.
Look at that. I love the claret. I love the purple. I think it's a really nice color. Like the uniforms look so sick. So sick.
Yeah.
So we're talking to you live from Mount Pleasant, Michigan, about 4,500 miles away to England.
Wow.
Crazy, yeah. I know,
Yeah.
man. It's insane. We've been doing this series now and speaking to guys from like Florida, San Diego, all across America. But this is the first one in Michigan, so yeah, I'm looking forward to it. How you doing today?
Everything good, just get some stretching in and everything cool and just chill day really.
Just a chill. Well, it is Sunday, so I mean,
Yeah.
they shouldn't make you do too much strenuous stuff on a Sunday for sure.
Mhm.
For sure. So what time is it out there? It's about 5:10. Is that right?
Yeah, about 10 past 5, yeah.
Yeah, it's 10 past 10 here in
Oh.
England. So excuse me if we look a little tired, but we have really been looking forward to this, and we've been putting our little research together, and we've got all our questions sorted. So I think we should just jump right in. So, Aarion, am I right? Your hometown is Chicago, Illinois. Am I right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
Chicago boy, Windy City, Chi-Town. What was it like?
Mhm.
What was it like growing up there?
Um of course it was tough, it's a tough spot, tough place to be in, growing up and stuff like that. And I tried to, stay away from like the bad spots and try to, move around and stuff like that. But it's definitely it's definitely different. You definitely makes you stronger, just to consider the part I came from.
Which part are you from then? Like the north or the south or?
South side. I'm from the south side of
Oh,
Chicago.
okay. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know too much about Chicago. I've never been. I've always wanted to go. My parents have been a couple of times. My parents were there back in September, I think. Just been. They went to a Cubs game.
Hmm.
But yeah, they love Chicago. They think it's great.
Yeah.
The last time they went to Chicago though, before this, was like 20 years ago. And they didn't have the bean then, and they were like, "What's the bean?" I said, "You've got to go at the bean." They were like,
Yeah.
"What's the bean?" So I was like,
Yeah.
I put them on game. So, but yeah, yeah, but that's cool, man. I love. Okay, first non-football question: deep dish pizza, real talk or not?
Oh no, it's real talk.
Okay,
Best deep dish pizza, in my opinion. Somebody I have, been to a lot of places. I've been to Ohio, New York. I had pizza. Chicago, best deep dish pizza, like flat out.
but deep dish pizza, like as a thing, like a pie, as they call it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
you. I can't say for that. You go with that, like you like that, like it's good.
Oh yeah, it's loaded. It's loaded with tomato sauce and cheese and everything. Yeah, it's good. I love it. I love it.
I've heard of some people from Chicago who like don't really feel it, but you're with it. Okay, I like that. I like that. Go on, Nate.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was a young Arian interested in growing up outside of football?
Ooh.
Oh, really? What I was interested in going, I played basketball So I was a basketball player. So I loved basketball. That was like my thing, like, growing up, like, what we would do, we would all play ball. So I was really interested in basketball growing up. That was like my main, like, you feel me, like thing growing up as a kid and stuff like that, watching the NBA. That was like my thing growing up.
Who was your basketball hero then? Because I know, I mean, Chicago, maybe actually a little bit before your time really was MJ. I know
Yeah.
obviously you'll have seen MJ, but so what? D Rose or who's like the guys in Chicago?
And I mean, I like D Rose because considering the fact that, feel me, D Rose played at Simeon and everything. I liked the D Rose and everything. Like, he was a good player, and I always respected D Rose, and I liked him because he was from Chicago. But my favorite player was LeBron James. Always, I liked the LeBron James, and I liked the Glenn Davis, Big Baby Davis, because they
Yeah,
was both
there
big
you go.
players. Yeah, they was both big guys that can, you know, do the dip, do everything. They could dribble, shoot, and they was, so massive and
Nice.
everything.
I'm a Knicks fan, so we had D Rose for one season, and he played. He was good, but he was injured. Like you could
Yeah,
tell, he wasn't the same guy as he was in his MVP season. See,
yeah.
my favorite player of all time is Amari Stoudemire. I love
Amari,
Amari Stoudemire. He's
I
like my
like Amari.
hero.
Yeah,
So
I like Amari started right. He was, especially when he played with the Phoenix Suns. He was good. He was.
yeah, he got me into the basketball. Amari at Phoenix, and then I went to New York City and fell in love and found out he was at the Knicks then. So then that's when I became a Knicks fan. But
Yeah.
cool. Oh, where's my questions gone? No, I'm good. Wait, sorry, so many tabs. Um, cool. So yeah, how old were you when you sort of got into football, and why football? As you said, you played basketball, but talking about football, like how old were you when you got into that?
I wouldn't say when I first, like, when I really got into like football for real. It was probably I was probably around 16, 16 or 17 was my sophomore. I would say my junior year actually is when I for real started like playing football and like trying to like trying to get better at it and working hard and working on just football strictly stuff. That it was probably around that time, 16, 17 years old. That's when I like took football like like this the one and everything.
Wow, that's very late compared to some guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
that's fair. Cool.
yeah.
Before football, then, did you ever have plans of growing up to do anything else? Maybe basketball, but
Or anything outside of
anything more
sport?
sporty?
Yeah. I actually played basketball. Like I never thought I'd be in college for football. Me growing up my whole life, I thought I was gonna be a basketball player. Like I thought like that was gonna be my thing, like basketball. But it was clear like when I played on the court and when you saw me and it was like the football was gonna be the sport that I was gonna be able to play Division One in. So I took the sport that I would have a better chance and have more success at than basketball because I'm not, 6'8" and lanky and able to 360 windmill and none of that. So I, went on ahead and took it in football. And since I played basketball, I had my feet wasn't bad because of basketball. So just translated over to the field and I just kept playing, just took football serious from there
Mm.
and everything.
So, was there ever a time that you thought that, you know, obviously not at the moment because you just landed on a huge program at Central Michigan, but before that, did you ever have, was there ever any ideas of what you might want to do with your career, your life, if you weren't playing sport?
Uh, if I before I like got into school or like got into college and stuff like that, I thought like growing up, uh, I didn't really have an idea and stuff like that and everything. I thought I wanted to like go into something like sales and stuff, like growing up and stuff like that and everything. But I wasn't too sure on it. But like now that I'm like in school and everything, like I think like if football wasn't in the picture, I want to do something involved in sports or something along that field, like, an athletic director, GM, sports agency, stuff like that and everything.
Well, you seem a very nice, personable guy. So if you were in sales, I'm sure I'd buy whatever you were selling. You seem like
Yeah,
you seem like a really nice guy.
yeah.
Right. I keep flipping into my questions here. There we go. Um, so yeah, you are. Having read a couple of articles about you, a lot of them call you a two-sport athlete. So, is obviously basketball, I presume, the other sport. So, what was your? Did you have like a high school career in basketball? Were you did you play like state high basketball? What level are we talking here?
Oh, I played in high school. I was good in high school when I played. I wasn't, I wasn't bad. I wasn't, I would say I was pretty much like a normal, player. Like I played at AAU. I played, some on some of the best AAU teams. It was a point of time where I was like ranked in the state for basketball. So I wasn't bad at basketball, but I felt like I was normal because I felt like I was a tweener because I wasn't tall enough to be a big, but I wasn't quick enough to be a guard. So I wasn't bad. Like I could shoot, I could dribble a little bit, had some post moves and everything. So I felt like I was, I was. I think if I had to pursue basketball, I could have probably went D2. You
That's
know,
that's a really good level still. D2 is
yeah.
a good level. Um, would you say you reckon you think you'll take anyone on the Central Michigan team one on one?
On the Central basketball team.
No, on the football team at basketball.
Uh, it depends. I don't know about the little quick guys, the little DBs and stuff like that, the running backs. I probably wouldn't mess with them. They a little too quick for me. But
Yeah.
and we may need some linemen out. I'll take some on out. I get out there.
There's got to be a call that you got to get some of the guys on and see what they're like at basketball for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so when it came to your first round of recruitment out of high school, what was that like? Did you have a lot of scouts at your games? Did any of your
For
teams
for basketball.
for football now again?
No, football. I wasn't heavily recruited. We didn't have like my school wasn't a football school at all. We didn't have a lot of players get recruited out of high school. We didn't have a lot of, football players. Now it was really my school was a basketball school. We went to two semi-states, one state championship, and one regional. So my school was originally a basketball school. It wasn't really a football school, but we got good at football later on. So yeah, it wasn't really a basketball school though. I mean, a football school.
That's fair. So you decided upon yourself to take the JUCO move, and you moved to Albany, New York, around that area. So you go to Hudson Valley. Hudson Valley? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So why was it that that was the right move for you at that time?
Um, I felt like that was the right move because those coaches there over at Hudson Valley, they stuck with me, throughout throughout my first because I originally went to another JUCO. I transferred to Hudson Valley, and they kept talking to me like they stuck with me throughout the whole process, and like I felt like it was a good move because like I was gonna be able to get a good education, at least in junior college, and be able to play some decent, JUCO talent, because playing against guys like Monroe, ASA, Nassau, Lackawanna, that's still like good JUCO talent. So I felt like, and it was in New York, so it's like, it's similar to like the city a little bit, opposed to my other JUCO. So I felt like it was a good move because like I felt like it was the right fit for me to get to where I'm at now.
Sure, sure. Did you say you played? Did you play against Lackawanna? Did you?
My freshman year I did, yeah.
Ah. We had a guy from Lackawanna on recently. He
Really?
went to Lackawanna, and he just this year, same year, has just gone to Penn State. DB
Jamon?
Jair Brown.
Jair Brown, yeah.
Yeah.
We actually was at the same camp together when he went to Penn State.
Oh, really? Oh, I
Yeah, we
saw those pictures of you at Penn State. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was a really nice guy too. Yeah. Well, it must be a JUCO thing. The guy's just really nice. And
yeah.
I'm I'm gonna share some personal information. I am a Nebraska fan, and we
Uh-huh.
a guy who has just come from Lackawanna as well. A guy called Feldarius Payne.
Yeah,
Uh,
for Darius, the
yeah,
defensive end.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
know about.
You good?
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, I know about him. Yeah,
Good.
yeah,
Okay. Brilliant. I'll take that.
yeah.
So why ultimately have you chosen Central Michigan? I understand you had offers from the likes of Indiana, Texas Tech, Southern Miss,
Uh,
Central
I,
Michigan.
I chose Central Michigan because I felt like first off, the coaches here, the coaches here is really good. The coaching staff is good and stuff like that, and plus it's in Michigan. I was familiar with people here in Michigan, and my offensive line coach. I felt like my offensive line coach that I got here, he's like the real deal. Like he's like really good. Like he's like a lot of when you talk about offensive linemen, you talk about the size and the speed and the skill set and the arm length of the offensive lineman, but as when you get higher up in the levels, none of that matters. It's about like how much you know in the game, like what do you know, like how much knowledge can you soak in with the game. And I feel like my offensive line coach, Coach Cummings, he don't just make you like a good football player. Like he gonna make sure you know the game. Like, he gonna make sure you know what you're doing. Like he gonna make sure you understand football, not just being able to, go block that person. Like he gonna make sure you know about, gap scheme, plus one, like, just knowing about the whole scenario of football. So that kind of stood out to me and stuff like that. And I just felt like it was a better fit. It was an overall fit. Me growing up personally, when I started playing football, I always wanted to play in the MAC anyway. Like the MAC conference was something I always wanted to play in. So I felt like, CMU it was a good fit for me. Like it was a good it was a good spot.
Well, there you go. As you said, I mean, you said coach. I had it before. Coach Mike Cummings, yeah, played a big part in that. It's really interesting that he, can take one person to really kind of you remember from all your recruitment that he was the guy who was like, okay, I want to work for him. I want to play for him. Like he's a guy who's going to really help me get to
Yeah.
the next level. So I like that. I like that. So as I said, again, just a really weird intermission, but I'll just say that. So we do this to help people in the UK, college football, the knowledge is it's barely shown on TV. The NFL is
Mhm.
huge here, but college football not so much. So outside of like most people are fans of LSU or Alabama and stuff like that, and we're really trying to educate people more on some of the other colleges that aren't necessarily a bit like the LSU's, the Alabamas, the Clemsons of the world. But
Yeah.
I reckon and I'm going to ask you this question. So, in terms of alumni from Central Michigan, there's always one guy that everyone talks about who's gonna be a Hall of Famer. Surely,
Mhm.
he's had a Hall of Fame career. Um, I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. Like, what did you know about this guy, and who? Well, you know who we're talking about. Who we're talking about?
AB Antonio Brown.
Gotta be AB. Like, he's
Yeah.
gotta be the most famous Central Michigan NFL alumni ever. I mean, what did you must have known a bit about Antonio Brown being from Central Michigan? Is there stuff
Mhm.
of his like around like the campus or like in your kind of football area? Is there anything shrine to AB or something like that?
I'm pretty sure it is, but I haven't really noticed. Like, if you go to football facilities, I'm pretty sure I noticed. But I know in like some of the towns and like some of the barber shops and stuff like that, you see stuff about Antonio Brown and stuff like that, and you also see it in like people like on the social media. People that go here, they got pictures of AB and everyone here. They all love Antonio Brown. They all love him. Like so, yeah. He is like well known here and stuff like that and everything. Especially considering the fact his position and stuff like that and everything. And yeah, so I feel like he had an impressive, he went through some things to get here, and he did his thing and everything.
Hey, I have an AB Steelers jersey. I great. I think obviously with things of late, he's not in the NFL, but Antonio Brown is probably the best, arguably the best NFL receiver of my generation because
Yeah,
he just performed. People seem to undervalue his stats after he sort of had the Raiders patch and the Patriots patch around the NFL. But we are talking a serious talent. So I like that. I like that.
yeah.
Big AB fan personally.
They had an old lineman go first round out of here too.
Who was that?
Joe Fisher. He played for the Kansas City
The
Chiefs.
Chiefs. The Chiefs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He went first round, first pick, actually.
Oh well, then that'll make two soon. Gotta believe. Always gotta believe. Let's go. Go on, Nathan.
What's the main difference you've experienced so far between Chicago and Mount Pleasant?
Ooh.
Chicago is more of well, in Mount Pleasant, you can't really get in trouble at all. Like, you got to really go deep looking for trouble to get in trouble out here in Mount Pleasant. In Chicago, you walk outside and trouble is already right there. You might have about, 30, 40 people standing right in front of your building. That's ready for trouble. Here, it's you literally gotta focus, do what you do and stuff like that, and get things done and do the right thing and stuff like that. So I feel like that's like a big difference. I feel like it's definitely different in terms of how it looked, how the area looked too. Also,
Is it kind of like a sleepy town that's like you just don't? It would be like they don't really have anything like major crime or major things. Like it's just kind of like a very chilled suburban town type thing.
yeah,
Yeah, is that a good evaluation of it? I mean, it's
yeah,
got to be so different to Chicago. Like,
yeah. Oh, yes, way different, way different.
way different. Uh,
Yeah.
so I know a major figure in your life when it comes to education, football, and so much more has been your grandfather. So talk to us about the way that he's been quite pivotal in your young career.
Well, when I was growing up and everything, I wasn't really interested in school. Like, I didn't see the value of school. But I must say, like, I feel like he taught me like the meaning of it, and like that you really do like need school. So that's really like how he, like, you feel me. He just showed me like the importance of education.
Yeah, I got you. How's he doing?
Oh yeah, all right, he doing good.
Is he back in Chicago?
Huh?
Is he back in Chicago?
Yeah.
Ah, cool, cool.
That's it. What's your relationship like with the offensive coordinator, Charlie Fry? And you've also talked about this guy already, Mike Cummings, offensive line.
Coach Fry, I think he's a smooth person, smooth dude and everything. He like real smooth. He tell you what you want, like what you need to know, and what you need to do, and like is very detailed. And I mean, we haven't talked like a lot and everything, but like he's a cool, smooth dude, and he laid out and everything, and yeah, like he put it together. Me and Coach Cummins, I feel like I'm still new here at CMU, so coming from JUCO, so I'm still like I'm getting in the mode and everything and stuff like that and everything. But one thing is I trust Coach Cummins 100%. So I'm doing everything, I'm soaking in, doing like what like what the knowledge I'm getting and stuff like that, and what I'm learning and stuff like that from Coach Cumming. And I feel like I got a good understanding. I feel like he a person that know a lot in general. Not just football and everything. So whenever I got questions and stuff like that, I can always come to him, ask him. For CMU football, anything and stuff like that. So I feel like that's a good thing and stuff like that. So yeah.
Well, that's great. That's great. I mean, I can clear that those two guys are going to be really important to you. Really important to you for the next 2 years. You're junior, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the next 2 years, you got 2 years or 3 years of eligibility?
Well, they just with this COVID stuff and them canceling the season, might as well free now.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
That's true. That's more of a difficult question to ask now, isn't it?
yeah.
But that really brings me on to my last question, the first section. So, yeah, this is the first interview that we've done where the season's been cancelled. I don't really know what to say. First of all, truly sorry, I just dropped the lamp. Truly very sorry about that, dude. I know it's tough for you all. It's tough for so many people on different levels. I feel it a lot for the seniors, because for seniors it's their year to finally show and ball out, and with the draft next year it can take a huge hit on people, and it's going to affect a lot of people. And I bet it's without going too much into it, because I don't want to talk about or get things in trouble. But I bet the other day, was it Central Arkansas against Austin Peay was the first game on TV. There's games on next weekend. There's got to be some sort of part of you that's watching these games and thinking like, God, I wish that was me.
Yeah. I mean, oh yeah. You work hard to get where you at, and then it's like you almost there, like you that close and everything and all that, and you got to work hard. Like when you get to the destination, it's still work you got to do and everything. But it's just like, yeah, man, it would have felt good because you doing something that you all the work you put in for, So yeah.
Well, you know what, Aarion, your time is going to come. Your time's going to come, and you know what? We're gonna get the season at some point. The Mac's going to come back at some point, and
Yeah.
everything's going to be okay. Just gotta believe. Just gotta believe.